Hello everyone. Isn't this a beautiful scene? I mean, our Father's creation is just beautiful. I came here to make a video and I wanted to share a couple things with you guys. It's been a hard week for me, and I was looking through my desk to find some papers for something I was working on. And I found this message that the Lord gave me on April 19th, 2019. And I have a note, and it says it was Passover. Sorry, I got here and now all the traffic wants to come. Anyway, hopefully it won't get too bad. He gave me this, and it was obviously a time when I was again having a hard time about waiting for him to finish and complete the work he started. And this is what he said to me. I said, "Father, I feel your presence in my heart. It is heavy. Would you please speak to me?" And he answered me, and he said, "Yes, daughter, I will speak to you. Look to the author and finisher of your faith. Have I not said that I will complete the work in you that I started? Do not be dismayed at the time it is taking you to come into the fullness of what I intend for you. You will soon see how and why I have done those things in your life that have caused you pain and even anguish. I do all things well, and I do not leave anything undone. Seek me now. Seek me with all of your heart. Hold nothing back. Hold nothing from me. I come for you. Be ready. You have much for me to do. I love you. You are my beloved, and I will reveal my plans to you, and you will go out in power, and you will have the victory over the enemy. Shalom, my dear. I am with you always. Your Father, the great I am, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. So I found that yesterday, and it really encouraged me. And I want to share what happened to me this morning because it was very powerful. I don't know if I can convey the power that was on me in this video, but I can tell you that our Father's power was in me, and I went before him and I said, "Dear Father, this is a hard morning. I am discouraged, tired, worn out from waiting." And I wrote a note to myself after I spoke this, because the power of the Holy Spirit was on me and I began to roar. And this is what I'm going to read, because this is what I wrote. And this was after this episode that I experienced this morning. I said, "I just went to pray and you began roaring through me. It was very clear, no hindrance." And what I meant by that was this power was just flowing out of me, and it was very easily coming out. There was no resistance in my body or in my spirit to what he was doing. And after he roared 3 times, he clapped my hands 3 times, as if the thing was done. In other words, after I roared, he clapped his hands like, it was just like it was a done deal. And as I was roaring, I could hear the frequencies in my ears. I couldn't hear it with my, I could, it was hard, it's hard to describe. I can't hear with my mouth, but I can hear inside my ears this frequency. And then I said, will you please speak to me? And then I made another sound. I can't describe it. And I made it 3 times. And I was clapping again 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then higher. I made the noise and it was higher. And I clapped 1, 2, 3 more times. So I was pondering this today, and I knew that our Father had done something in the Spirit. I don't know what it is. He did not explain it to me. And I remembered that there was something in the Bible about him clapping his hands 3 times. So I went and looked it up, and I found that it is in Ezekiel 21, which is interesting because I have shared that the Lord has said that America is Babylon. Now, the title of chapter 11:21 says, Babylon, the sword of God. Now, many of us know that America, he said, America is Babylon, and I believe he will use this nation to bring judgment on the whole world. And I just wrote down 2 key verses, I believe, that apply to what he did with me this morning. And it's in Ezekiel 21, verse 16 and 17. And it says, You, therefore, son of man, prophesy and strike your hands together. The 3rd time, let the sword do double damage. So obviously this roar, or this clapping, I believe with the roar, is a sword. It is the sword that slays the great men, that enters their private chambers. And he says, I have set the point of the sword against all their gates, that the heart may melt and many may stumble. Ah, it is made bright. It is grasped for slaughter. And then verse 17 says, I will also beat my fist together, and I will cause my fury to rest. And I want to read the note that went along with that chapter that comes out of the New King James Bible. And it says, the 3rd time, let the sword do double damage, was a numeric device, see Proverbs 6:16, used here to emphasize the extent and effectiveness of the sword's, quote, or Babylon's, employment against Judah. I will also beat my fists pictures God clapping along with Ezekiel. God would applaud the fact that even evil events can be made to serve his purposes and plans. So that just tells us that indeed I feel what he did this morning was past a judgment, and it's complete, and whatever it is, I don't know if we'll know what it is, but if you would just continue to pray for God's will to be done, I'm encouraged by this, because I do know that we are moving forward, and we have gone through trials and tribulations and pain, and the wait has been long for many of us, and I am hoping and believing that we are a lot closer than we were. I love you guys, and please take this to the Lord, and if anyone has any kind of revelation of what he did accomplish, please share it in the comment section. Shalom.